Hello. Good evening. Can you hear me? ได้ยินไหมครับ Hello.
Yes,
ครับ
I can hear you.
Okay. Uh, okay. I may have to take a 1 minute break for getting my pizza. Okay. It's on the way. So probably 1 or 2 minutes I will take a break. But for now, let's check the course schedule. Okay. So today is March the 30th. So gonna be a proposal presentation. Okay. And we have no class this next week and the week after. And we will meet again on April 20 to finalize what we need to do. Probably I will get my proof, my map. Okay, give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. Okay. Okay, sorry. So we have no class next week and the week after, okay, before this holiday. And we come back again on April 20. If you have any question, you can come back on April 20 to ask about this class. Okay, gonna be the last one. And in any case, if you have not presented your proposal today, you may have to make an appointment with me, okay, to give your presentation. Okay, for grading. So after this, after your proposal is accepted, so you submit your video. Just only one of you, your member, submit your work to the Google form, and then I will upload your work to YouTube channel. Okay, I'll show you later. Okay, but for grading, okay, if your viewing number more than 1,000, you will get an O grade. Okay, otherwise gonna be S. Okay, and yeah, this gonna be. I try to wrap up all here to be to have only 4 assignments of gonna be like a main assignment for this class. So I hope you will not miss any assignment here. Okay. So assignment number 3 gonna be group sign up. Number 9 gonna be proposal. Okay. So after your proposal is accepted, you just submit your work to the Google form. Just one of you, your member. Okay. And then when you submit your work to this Google form, uh, Please, for the file name, please include your topic, the topic of your work or title of your work to the file name so I can show your work on the YouTube caption, whatever, Okay, so here, submit here, and then it will show up here on the Google spreadsheet. I will come to see your work, to check your work. If your work is accepted, your video accepted, that means I will give you a green color. If it's not accepted, I will give you a red color and I will keep a reason here. You need to come to check your work if it's accepted or not. Okay. So after I upload your work to the YouTube channel, YouTube channel gonna be this one. Gonna be Mathematics of Pseudo Democratic Society here. So this gonna be the first time that I have this class. Okay, so no video yet. I will upload your work, your video to this channel, and your video must be longer than 4 minutes. 4 minutes and no music. Okay, no music. So many times that your music, when you include music into your video, and then we have a problem with the copyright. So we'll try to avoid this problem. So no music. Okay. So after your video is uploaded to this YouTube channel, you go to File your video, and then you just fill in your information here. So this gonna be the file name that I will submit your grade to the grading system. Okay. So if you miss this assignment, that means you will get an I grade, and you need to come back here to. It's gonna be easier for me when I submit your work, submit your grade. Okay. But anyway, if you have, if you get an I grade, you need to email me. Okay, email me to correct your grade, and I will show you. I will try to show you which assignment that you missed. Okay. What else? Any question? Any question? Any question? No question? That's good. Okay, so today we will continue your proposal presentation. Okay, if your group ready, you can type in the chat, and then I will check out your work, and all of your member must log into the Zoom meeting here, and then you need to turn on your video. Okay. So any problem? No? Are we done here? Anyone want to go first? Except Pom Pom. Okay, continental. Okay. Okay, turn on your video. You have two members. One, then two. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, today our group are Dual Combinatoric. My name is Nathaniel Inglin.
My name is Sekapop Manachari.
Today we're gonna present about the design of various wording system. Next plate, please. The scope of work, the first is to select a political data set. Second is to define a research question. Third is to apply mathematical method. First is a proposed methodology, and the last one is an expected outcome. Okay, the first is to select a political data set. Our group will choose the 2023 Thai general election. So detail about the 2023 Thai general election is the date is 14 May 2025, 2023. The system is a mixed member proportion. The election type is a House of Representative, and the last one is a seat is a 500 seats of total have 400 constituency plus 100 party list. Sorry. Wait a minute. Okay. The 2023 Thai general election, the first is a move forward. The MFP, you can see it overall in this graph. Move Forward Party is the largest vote share of the any party. Yes, duo the constitutional rule and Senate involvement. They will block from the forming government Pheu Thai from the currency interest and an election in through 150 seats Senate co-vote on the Prime Minister selection. Okay, the next is a define a research question. Our group have two questions. First is what percent of votes were voters cast of the losing candidate or surplus voters? Next is the unfair method to calculate number of the party list MPS. The first question, what percent of vote were voters cast of the losing candidate or surplus voters? Okay, so we're gonna know about what our voting voters. Voting voters have the three parts. The first is a losing votes. Is the all vote received by the loser in each district have no effects on the winning outcome. Next is a surplus vote. Is a vote existing 50% plus one that the winner received are not necessary. And effective vote is the only vote actually 50% plus one that the winner received count. So next we're gonna telling about the proposed methodology. Okay, the first is a losing vote. The losing vote is a all vote received by the loser in each district have no effects on the winner outcome. This formula W losing is a weighting vote of losing is the summation of the score of the loser in that district. Example, in Bangkok Area 1 have a three-party list. The first is a Move Forward Party, ก้าวไกล okay. Next is two is เพื่อไทย three is พลังประชารัฐ okay, we're gonna do about we're gonna see about Move Forward Party have 51,200 voters is the winner, but เพื่อไทยhave 20,050 voters and พลังประชารัฐ is 10,700. So เพื่อไทย and พลังประชารัฐ is loser. Okay. The West losing is 20,500 plus 10,700 equal 31,200 voted. So total is overall is 74,200. Equal the losing is 53.1%. Okay, the losing vote is formula the total number of the voting loads voted across all 400 constituency in the 2023 Thai election was 18,062,000. Almost half of the total votes in the constituency system were lost due to this alone. So the next is a surplus vote. Surplus vote is a voting exceeding 50% plus one that the winner receive are not necessary. So the formula of the weighting surplus vote is a weighting surplus vote equal summation of the number of voting received by the candidate who came in the first place in this district minus the outscore divided 2 plus 1. Example, support a district have a total of 10,000 voters. The winning threshold is 10,000 10,000 divided 2 plus 1 is a 5,001 voters. Case A, the winner gets 8,000 voters. So the surplus is a x thousand minus the 5,001 equal 2,999. So the wasting surplus is a 2,999. These voters are considered as surplus. So case B, the winner gets 400 voters win because other got fewer voters. So the surplus vote is a 400 minus the 5,001. So it's a minus 1,001. So but max is a 0 to 1,001 equal to. So this is have no surplus voters. The next one is an efficiency gap. Efficiency gap is a measure of the advantage between a political party. Efficiency gap, the formula is weighting A minus weighting B and divide the total score. So we have gain, sorry, each the is a lower than 7% is acceptable, but the efficiency gap is more than 7% is significant advantage. So we have an example about the efficiency gap. Efficiency gap about the Move Forward Party versus Pheu Thai Party. So we have weight of Move Forward Party is 8.2 million, and the weight of Pheu Thai Party is 6.1 million. So efficiency gap is 8.2 million minus the 6.1 million and divide the and divide the 37,669,000 as equal plus 5.6%. So the efficiency gap equal 5.6% is close to the 7% threshold. It's indicated that Move Forward Party had a structural disadvantage in the converting points into seats. The last one, the summary of the voters, the weighted vote analyzed in 2023 Thai election. The main answer total was total weight was at 59.2% from 300 constituency. Divide into the two types as according to the formula. Type 1 is the weighted vote. Weighted vote. Weighted of losing equal 48%. This is the total number of the votes received by the losing candidate. Is each constituency. For the example, if a constituency have the 3 candidates, can the winner receive 51,200 votes? The remaining is 31,200 votes are considered is the weighted. The type 2 is the excess vote. Is a weight of surplus equal 11.2%. These are the votes the winner received exceeding the 50% plus 1 threshold. The exit vote are mathematically unnecessary for the winning, and the efficiency gap are equal 5.6%, which is very close to the critical threshold of the 7%, showing that the Move Forward Party is at a structural disadvantage because its voter base is concentrated in an urban area and resulting in a landslide victory high the surplus, but it doesn't have enough standing of the rural area that's high losing. The result is the fewer voters are converted into seats than they should be. And the most important finding this compared to the purely proportional system that had only 8 to 12% wasted vote. The constituency system used in Thailand result in 5 times more weighted vote, reflect that the voice of the majority of the people are not truly transformed into the political power. So total of the 400 district actually actual data count of the voters of the losing candidate in all district. The voters are losing equal 18,082,000, and the calculate of the recorded surplus of the winner in all district. The weighted surplus was 4,212,000, and total the weighted were total equal 22,294,000 out of the 37,619,000 total vote. So have 59.2% of the vote in the 400 street district system are weighted.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about the next questions. The question is the unfair methods of calculated number for the party list seats. So in this table, I could show you that why the calculated of seat methods is unfair. Okay, so as you can see in the column that I name as vote per seat, this column is making mine. I'm take the party list vote plus by the area seat vote and divide by the all of seat that the party got. So the result that we got is vote per seat. And as you can see, the vote per seat of each parties are not very close. That like some party, the vote per seats are very different. So we can tell that the weight of each vote are not equal, and yeah, they are very different about the weights of each vote. Okay, so we will look at the how they calculate their party list seat. Okay, so first they going to determine the quota. They will take the total numbers of party list vote and divide by 100 because over our seat we have the 500 seats, and it's 100 in party list and 400 in the local areas. So they will take the all party list vote divide by 100. That results is the average vote per one seat. And next is the initial seats allocations. Like each party total votes are divided by the quota that we calculated before, and the whole number, like only the integers is the numbers of seats they initial receive, and then like they will distributing remaining seats. Like if the total seats allocated don't add up to 100, the remaining seats are giving that the party list the largest, and like they will rank the initial seats allocation, like who got like 0.95 will receive plus one seat like that, and they will do like this until the 100 seats are filled. Okay, so we will have the another method that can help this calculation system to improve the proportional and the ratio to of each party like be closer. Yeah, there's very closer. This is called mixed member proportionals or MMP. So first is like it's simply to the old calculation system. First, we will determining the quota, but in this method, we will use the all vote, the overall vote. Like we have to pass the party list with the local area, and that is the quota. And next, we will filling the direct seats, like the candidate who won the local districts, or like also are the first to enter the parliament, And then we will have the method to handing overhang seat. If the party win more local district than the quota, to maintain the proportional of the other parties, the parliament side will be expanded, or we will like add more overall seat to the parliament. Like for now, we have the totals of 500, but if some party are like have the local district seat more than the quota, we will add more total seat like to 600 or 700 like that, and fill the party list to other party. Okay, so now we have some. Okay, so I just do this table. We have like 12 or 13 parties in this. So how to calculate this? We have the xi is the numbers of parties vote, yi the numbers of area vote from each party, si is the MPS score, and t is totals overall vote. First, we will calculate the quota as I'm talking before, and now we will going to talk about the number 3 method, like add more MPS in the proportional to any axis. Like if you can see the column that I color with the blue color, that is the differential in percent that each party got the like area seat more than or less than the quota. The more minus they have, that means they got the local area MPS more than quota. And as you can see,ภูมิใจไทยparties have the differential in percent the most, like minus 8.605, and we will calculate that, like if the quota is 8.39, that's 8.39 is located in the 500 seat, and then they got like over 17% for real. So we will calculate like 17 multiplied by 500 and divide by 8.39. So that is the new numbers of totals over our seat in parliament. And that number I got is 1013. And this is before and after when I use the MMP method to calculate the party list seat, and I will use the Gallagher index to describe like how the MMP method is better than the O method. So as you can see that I have the LSQ value in the bottom of the tables. Like the LSQ can describe that how far from board to seeds is differential. So if LSQ is close to 0, that means this dataset has high proportionals, and like the before method that they use is got LSQ like 5.49, but if we use the MMP method, it will use only like 0.11 in the value. So we can conclude that the MMP method is better for like to calculate the party list. And can we go back to the back page? Yes. Okay. So like we can conclusion that the numbers of we need to have is 1013 seat in overall parliament. But like if we talking about only in the mathematics or in the ratio, the results, this number is like the best number to use for like every vote are very close weight. But if we talk about the real life, maybe this cannot happen because it's very much more and or maybe gonna take a lot of money like that. So that's all.
Any question for this?
Thank you.
Let's see. Okay, thank you. of the next one. Okay, Steven, can you upload your work to the Google Form?
I think it's already uploaded,
Okay.
but I don't see it here.
Okay, so you just type in your group name and then I will call your group name after it.
Okay.
Gonna be yeah, now gonna be Makham Wet, and then after that gonna be your Makham Wet. Are you ready? Oh, you're not
Yes.
ready?
Yes, yes.
You have three people. Got it. One, two, three. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, here everyone. Today we are looking at the New Zealand 2023 general selection, but we are not here to talk about campaign promise or tag ad. We're here to talk about the math behind the power. New Zealand used the mixed member proportional system or MMP. On paper, it's designed for fairness, but in 2023, things got a bit muddy. We end up with an overhand anomaly that stretched pyramid to 123 series. Our goal is to use three mathematical heavyweights: the Sen-Ragu method, the Gallagher index, and the Banhaf power index to see if the result actually reflect the view of the people or if the system gives kingmaker party a bit too much leverage.
Okay.
The big question we diving into three specific questions. How how proportional was it? We will use the Gallagher index to see if the seat in the room actually met the bubble on the ballot. The waste factor. This the 5% threshold the bar a party has to jump over to get into parliament. Silent to many voters. The Kingmaker paradox. Using game theory, we want to know did the small party hold a bargain chip that was mathematically way bigger than the actual seat count?
The next one is dataset descriptions. The country that we select is New Zealand, and here we select general election held on October 14, 2023. And the data type we select official party vote counts, directorate vote results, and final seats allocation data.
To understand the 2023 lineup, we have to look at the engine of the MMP. The Song-Ragu method, we don't just hand out seats all at once. We need to do it in round using a specific formula. We divided by 2s plus 1. Let's look at the first three rounds to see how it works. In round 1, everyone starts with a 0 seat, so we divide their vote by 1. National takes the first seat with over 1 million votes. In round 2, because the nation won, the register jumped to 3. This lowered their priority score, allowing Labour to swoop in and take the second seat. By round 3, both big parties have divisor of 3, which create an opening for the Green to claim the third seat. This mathematical handicap system is actually what ensures smaller parties are not crushed by the giant.
The next one is mathematical approach. Gallagher index LSQ to measure this disproportionality between the percentage of vote VI and the percentage of seats SI. Gallagher index LSQ, a party is perfectly proportional when VI minus SI equals 0. Positive values mean the party got fewer seats than votes deserve. Negative values mean it got more seats than votes. The party Mari is the most overrepresented. The two winning 6 electorate seats, more than their party vote done, would entitle them to, creating an overhang. Others contribute the most disproportionality by losing or 5.58% of their combined vote with 0 seats returned. And the next one is most parties sit very close to perfect proportionality, confirming MMP works well. The most visible gaps are nationally and the body Mari. Others, no-cis bodies show the largest gap of 5.58% of their votes converted to 0 cis, the unavoidable cost of 5% threshold in MMP. And others, no-cis dominates the contribution at 31.14. Parties below the 5% threshold collectively absorb almost all their votes with 0 seats. This is the structural cost of having an electoral threshold. National and third-party Mori follow at much smaller values. A party that scores the threshold are remarkably close to proportional. New Zealand LSQ of 3.35 ranks among the most proportional democracies in the world, comparable to Germany, and well below FPTP system of the UK and US. This validates New Zealand's 1996 switch from FPTP to MMP, which was specifically designed to reduce disproportionality. The small remaining gap is mostly attributed to the 5% party threshold and the mildly overhang exist.
The third one, the Banzhaf Power Index. In coalition government, the number of seats does not always equal power. The Banzhaf Index calculates how often a party is a critical member of a winning coalition. Definition of a winning coalition is a combination of parties that totals more than or equal 62 seats of majority of the 123 seats. Definition of a party is a critical of if the coalition total falls below 62 when they leave. Next is the example of Banzhaf Power Index.
Right? Are you gonna explain this?
No, it's just examples.
Sorry, Ajahn, my video have problem, so can I continue presentation?
Yes, yes.
Okay. But the math can also be exclusive. We analyze the ratio, the 5.6% of balloon that didn't result in a seed, or rather show two creatines. Geographically, these words are tapped in urban hubs like Auckland, where support for needs party is high but spread too thin. Demographically, these hit younger voters hardest. They are the most likely to vote outside the big two, meaning their demography is ironically the less represented in the final seat count. So how fair was the result? We used the larger index to find out. The 2023 election score at 3.45%. To put that in perspective, winner-take-all system like the US or UK usually score between 10% and 15%. A score this low proof that New Zealand MMP system is doing its job. It is remarkable efficient at reflecting the popular will in the legislative chamber. Let's talk about the BBP or the bargain shift index. We found a massive pure point, even though the party like New Zealand First or ATC might only hold 6% from the seats. The mathematical power to form or break a government is closer to 8%. In 2023, this kingmaker held this politician leverage. Mathematically, they wasn't just small party. They were the critical voter. Without them, the entire coalition would collapse, giving a party with a handful of seats the power to test national policy.
Next is about waste vote analysis. First one, relational distribution. Urban centers, highest concentration of a waste vote due to the support for minor parties that failed to hit 5% threshold. Next, Maori, lowest rate rules. The Cote rule allowed the Tea Party Maori to bypass the 5% threshold by winning 6 electorate seats. Next, rural regions, high efficiency. Most votes went to major parties, resulting in direct seat allocation. Second, the demographic breakdown. Youth voters most affected demographic. Younger voters tend to support niche or alternative parties that often fall short of the 5% requirement. Protest voters seeking anti-establishment options saw their influence zeroed out mathematically by this threshold. The third one, mathematical impact, the representation gap and threshold sensitivity. Last one is expected result and significance. Fairness insight. We expect the Gallagher index for New Zealand to be insignificantly lower than the first past the post system, proving the mathematical efficiency of MMP in representing voter intents. Power dynamics. The analysis will likely show that parties with only 6 to 8% of seats hold nearly 30 to 50% of the power to form of a break a government. Policy impact. The finding can be used to evaluate if the 5% threshold or the hotel rules creates mathematical anomalies in democratic representation. Here is the reference. Thanks for attention.
Let's take a step. We can see. Okay, next one, Barry. Have we? Steven, one, Steven. How about the other two? Anyone from Barry group?
Yep.
Only you. How about you?
I hope the other two are here too. I think so.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to open my video.
log in using your phone. What's now? What device are you using? 6505. Why don't you just like a log in, log out and then log in again?
Okay, yeah, she's going to log out and log in again, just like you suggested.
Yeah, I need. Otherwise, everyone gonna turn off the video. Actually, to prove you are a real human, not a robot.
Mm.
Is she connected?
She's trying.
What's the problem? I don't know.
I don't know.
Usually, if you use a phone, it'll be easier. I don't what kind of device that she using?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably iPhone. I think lots of students have iPhone, right?
iPhone.
but just a guess.
But the problem, she is not in. She a ghost. See? I think
So
that
sorry, I just entered complete.
I think that may be the problem, not the device. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so our group, we're going to do a project on gerrymandering, and just to remind everybody, that's when you change the boundaries of regions where people live to essentially get your way in the vote. And so this was originally done first in the US, in Massachusetts, by someone named Elbridge Gerry. That's why it's called gerrymandering. It's named after the person in the 1800s, so a long time ago. But the local newspaper at the time, they saw that he had changed the voting boundaries, and they made a funny comic about the boundary that he made, and it looked like a salamander, or like a lizard, you might think. And so they called it gerrymandering, like Jerry the man and salamander. And so yeah, the newspaper thought it was a very strange thing to do. So what we're going to do in our project is to show that we can apply some math to analyze different voting regions and show if they've been manipulated in the same way that Elbridge Gerry manipulated his region in the 1800s. Okay, so that's our way that we're going to try and design a better voting system, is by designing better regions. So our work is going to focus on American information, but it can be generalized. Of course, all the things that we're going to show and analyze can be done anywhere, but we're going to do it we're going to use American information. So, okay, we have 3 research questions just to ensure that we have enough material. And actually, right now, my worry is that we're going to have too much. So we'll see how it goes. But the first one is about how shapes and geometry can affect election outcomes. So the shapes of voting regions. Okay. And so can we use different formulae such as the Rioch score or the Polsby-Popper score to identify manipulated regions? And then the third question is, if we use an algorithm to, the shortest split line algorithm to be specific, to redesign regions, are they going to be different, noticeably different from the regions that are already established? Okay. And so for our data set, as I already mentioned, I thought it best to go back to the start of gerrymandering due to its historical significance. So back to the place where it started as much as we can. And also American data is a lot easier. it's more accessible for me to obtain than Thai data, or data for anywhere else in the world, really, because I can't read it very well. So American data is easier. It's more accessible for me, but also I think it's probably more reliable data, if I'm being honest. And all of the data that we're looking to gather is coming from the census. So I don't know if Thailand does a census, but every so often in America, the government does a survey, and they get various different kinds of information from the census, and so that's the information that we're getting. Okay. So for the mathematical approaches and methods, so we're really just looking at, well, two different kinds of measures that we can use for identifying compactness, and that actually, really what we're trying to do is find how much the areas that exist are different from perfect circles, because as people start living in a place, they'll start at a very small point, like a small town. As the town grows, it will grow generally in the shape of a circle. And so most natural regions are circular. And so when you get regions that differ from a perfect circle, that's when you can start to identify that it's been tampered with, that it's been manipulated. Some exceptions, like rivers or mountains, will get in the way, and obviously your town won't start building itself up on the river. But generally, regions should be circular. And then another approach that we're going to use is the split line algorithm, which is a way that you can actually design different regions, different voting regions. And it uses an algorithm to do so. And so it's not a person going in and trying to change the boundaries and make everything better for themselves. You're following a set of, well, you're following steps to break a piece of a country or a state, I guess, or maybe a city in this case, into voting regions. And one of the things that we're going to do also is compare our algorithm to what actually exists in the real world, and see how it matches up. So yeah, one of the things that I'm expecting to see in the real world regions is a low compactness, or regions that aren't circular, which means they've been manipulated, they've been changed for someone to gain some advantage in voting. So that's what I'm expecting to see, and I'm hoping that the way that we've analyzed our regions and the regions that we can design using the algorithm will be more compact, will be more of a circle. So that's what I expect to see. That's what I'm hoping to see. And then to close here, actually, what I'm most looking forward to is to help build up these concepts of analyzing different regions using the REOC score and the Polsby-Popper score. So to build these concepts up for the audience, or the watchers, or the listeners, so they get an intuition of what it is that we're doing, instead of just watching a video of us talking to them. I really want to do a few demonstrations to get everyone to to have a good understanding of what's happening here. So I hope that I didn't talk too fast for everyone, but if I did, please feel free to let me know, or if you have any questions, let me know. But that is the conclusion of our proposal.
Basic. Just wait and see. Any question for the study group? We have no question.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah, Bobby, your proposal is okay. So
Okay, excellent.
look forward to see your video. Okay. Yeah, thank you. How about the other group? Are you ready? Monkey and Peanut? Otherwise, I will post the Zoom meeting. And then you need to make an appointment with me. Otherwise, this assignment gonna be missing. And then you will get an iPad. Anyway. Yeah, I'm hungry now. I don't have a dinner yet.
Hi, Ajahn. We're from another group, the Powerpuff Girls. We haven't submitted the proposal yet, but we have prepared the presentation. So should we do the presentation first, or should we submit the Word document first?
Submit your document.
Okay. So we only need to submit the document, right?
No, you need
Not
to.
the final results yet, right?
No, not
Just the
that.
proposal.
This is gonna be just only proposal. You don't
Okay,
need
okay,
to know the result.
okay, yes. So I will submit it first.
So do we still need to do the presentation for the proposal today?
Are you ready? Because if you're not ready, I'm gonna close the Zoom room. And then you need to make an appointment with me for the other time.
We have prepared a little, but are you
Yes.
ready?
I think I can present, but is Miet here? Is our other member here?
Yes,
yes,
she's
here.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
here.
Then I think we can present it today, if you guys are okay with it.
Yeah, sure.
Have you submitted your
Alright.
document yet?
Yes, we'll submit it now. Just a moment, Ajahn. It's loading.
How many people will you put?
It's
Two.
3 people.
So how about the other one? Are they is she or he here?
Yes, yes. I think both of them are already here.
Yes, 3 of us are here.
So, yeah, turn on your video and then I'll check if you here first.
May, you want to start first?
Yes, I can start. Can you share the screen?
No,
please?
no. I mean, turn on your video first. I want to
Ah.
check here.
Okay.
Okay, one. And how about the other two? Ooh. One more.
Yeah, can you turn on the camera?
Yeah, a moment, please.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Should I start now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone. So today we're gonna be presenting about about Myanmar. So we're gonna be focusing on cancelled vote and the ethnic representation in Myanmar's upper house. So before we start about it, I'd like to let you know about some background and context about the topic. So Myanmar is like divided into 7 states. Like the 7 states are like mostly in are like ethnic minority areas, and for the 7 regions, they are mostly occupied by Burmese majority areas. So for the 7 states, there are Kachin, Gaya, Gayen, Chin, Mon, Rakhine, and Shan. For the 7 regions, we have Ayeyarwady, Baku, Magui, Mandalay, Sagaing, Tanindai, and Yangon. And for the Amyotala, which is in Burmese and in English is called Upper House. So there are total seats of 224 members. And for the elected seat, there are like 168. It is like the 3/4 of the house that is like directly elected by the public. For the military appointee, there are like 56 members. It is the 1/4, which is 25% of the seats, are reserved for military personnel appointed directly by the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Service. And for the equal presentation is unlike the lower house, which is based on population and township, the upper house is based on geography. Each of the 14 states and regions is allocated 12 seats, regardless of its opportunity, of its population size. I think Miet will take over for this. Oh wait, this is my part. Also, in 2020 Myanmar general election, voting was cancelled in 15 entire townships and part of 42 other. So it is roughly like 1.5 million voters. Like they're mostly from the ethnic minority background. They were left like completely without representation. The reason why is Myanmar uses a first past the post system. These cancellation didn't just like reduce the turnout, they profoundly alter the mathematical composition of Amilda as well. So this proposal aims to reconstruct the missing election results to like determine how much the exclusion distorted national representation.
Yeah, so there is a scale of exclusion that happened in that election. So it's kind of a electoral disorientation, and as a result, we cancel the vote. It's like 1.5 million voter lost their chance to vote. So that voting result affected 57 total township across the country, and it has to remove most of the ethnic minority votes from the Democratic election process. And so it can as the result it affect the final result of the whole system.
Next one.
So in our research question, we have to argue that how would the seat composition of the Amyotalo have changed if the Cancer constituents have voted, and to what degree does the final 2020 outcome disproportionately favor Nation's Party? So this is gonna be our research, and to approach that, we have official result for 2020 elections, and also we have some assessments like regarding 2015 township process and official cancellation list from website.
Yes, so I will continue to present the mathematical models that we're intending to use for our project. Since we are trying to assess and evaluate a situation that actually didn't existed because in the 2020 elections, over 50 of the townships were canceled. So how do we evaluate what effect it had on the ethnic representation? So we're going to be using the previous election, the 2015 election, as a proxy. So we base this on the assumption that the voter preferences might not have changed too dramatically from 2015 to 2020. So using the 2015 election results, election data as a proxy, we are going to create a counterfactual model, and we are going to simulate a projected parliament in which all of the regions, all of the townships need to vote. So this is what the equation is showing. The S total stands for the total seats in the simulated 2020 parliament. We will add the actual seats that were elected in 2020 elections and the projected seats that we have estimated based on the 2015 election results. Can you go to the next slide, please? So this is just to give you an overview of some background information about what elections usually look like in Myanmar. Although on paper, Myanmar claims that we have ethnic diversity, although we claim that we have ethnic states and ethnic regions, as my teammates have discussed previously. The 7 out of 14 regions in Myanmar are actually dominated by one ethnic group. So this causes a lot of grievances, a lot of conflicts between ethnic groups. This is actually one of the main drivers, main motivators of the civil war that's still ongoing, because people still feel that, and rightfully so, many ethnic groups feel that the election results favor the majority group. And they're not wrong, actually, because if we look at the Nyota Hluttaw, the upper house, which is supposed to be represented equally for all ethnic groups, the green and the green seats, we can actually forget about it when we're thinking about elections, because those are the quota that are granted to the military, because this is based on the constitution that was drawn by a military-backed party, and we haven't been able to change it since 2008. So the green seats represent the 25% military officers quota who are not elected, and the red seats are the NLD, which remains to be the most popular opposition party against the military. And there are a few dark green seats which are represented by the USDP. The USDP is the military-backed party which have ruled the country for decades. But if we look at the ethnic parties, all of the ethnic parties they are only present in minorities. Even very strong ethnic parties like Arakan National Party, ANP, and SNLD are only present in very limited number of seats. So this is how the present election model in Myanmar is creating. And we are going to be using the 2015 election data, and then we're going to compare the fairness of the 2015 election with the 2020 elections to see the effect to see whether the cancelled votes in ethnic regions even further aggravated this existing disparity. Can you go to the next slide, please? So, those are the regions that were cancelled in the 2020 elections. And if you look at it, they are almost all of them are in peripheral areas, which are resided by minority ethnic groups. Next slide, please. So in order to compare the fairness of the projected 2020 parliament and the actual 2020 parliament, we're going to be using the Gallagher Index. Yes. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Previous slide, please, just for a moment.
I thought that you finished. Okay, go ahead.
So using the Gallagher Index, we're trying to see whether the gap between the national parties and the ethnic parties were even wider in the 2020 elections because of the cancelled votes. Yeah. So next slide, please. And we're going to be using a very simple equation for the representation ratio of the ethnic minority parties. We're going to be setting a ratio for the percentage of seats won by the ethnic minority parties and the actual population of the ethnic minorities. And we expect that this ratio would be low because a lot of the populations were not represented in the actual 2020 elections. Next slide, please. So yes, as I've mentioned before, the expected result is that we hypothesize that if the votes have not been cancelled in the peripheral regions, it might have granted more representation to the ethnic minorities, even with although of course there still remain the structural inequalities that are imposed by the constitution, like we have seen in the green and red dominated picture of the parliament that I showed earlier. So even with that limitation, without the cancelled votes, the ethnic minorities would probably have more voice in the parliament. And then, yes, for the winner's bonus, I think it's pretty much well known for everyone following Myanmar's 2020 election results that the National League for Democracy, NLD, won by a landslide victory. So the votes were really staggering. They won by they won with so much difference. They won large votes, but the actual voices are that there are a lot of dissent. There is a lot of dissent against the NLD party in the peripheral regions, but those voices were not included and those were not represented in the elections. So on the outside, it appears that the NLD unanimously represents all of the populations in Myanmar, which might not be the actual case. So yes, next slide, please. And we have seen previous groups present about gerrymandering, especially in the context of the United States. Now, in theory, gerrymandering is not an official or formal, commonly discussed phenomenon in Myanmar, but in concept, in essence, though, the ways that these constituencies were delineated, the ways that the votes were cancelled in certain areas, they do represent a functional type of gerrymandering, even if gerrymandering is not commonly used word in Myanmar. So this is what we're trying to illustrate in our project. We're trying to illustrate that the Union Election Committee's decisions, especially when it comes to canceling votes in conflict areas, conflict affected areas, are a form of functional gerrymandering. And this is, can you go to the next slide, please? I think I might have included. Oh, I think we probably left out the significance slide. So the significance of this finding, the significance of this expected finding is that although only over 50 seats were cancelled in 2020 elections, in the most recent 2026 elections that was conducted under the military regime, over 100 regions, over 100 townships were cancelled out of the elections. Of course, for most observers and for most politicians, political scientists, the election under the military regime cannot even be regarded as an election. But they have been trying so hard to promote it as a legitimate election, especially under ASEAN, especially in front of the other ASEAN countries. So we think that using mathematical models, we can show that the elections in Myanmar have not been fair, and the unfairness is even worse under the military regime because a lot more townships have been cancelled, and this has a huge effect on the representation of the ethnic groups in Myanmar. So yes, I think that will be the end of our proposal, and we have added the reference that we intend to use.
Thank you. Interesting. About the politics. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your video. Okay. You put with PowerPoint, so right?
Yes, because it's a three-girl group, so Powerpuff Girls.
Okay. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, thank you. Any other group? Monkey and Peanut, are you here?
Our group name Monkey. I have present our presentation in your Google form because our old version I used the wrong format. Wait a minute, I will send it again.
You can use this one. Actually, I don't have format. Can use this one and then say what you need to do for your video. So why? And Monkey, I'm going to have Monkey, sir. TikTok. You want to give a presentation today or want to make an appointment today? Are you ready? Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
For our presentation is a long layout, so we try to
Not yet. Wait. What's your group name? What's your
maybe
group?
but
Say again.
wait. This group. Yeah.
Can you
Group.
see? Yeah, the new one.
Monkey. Okay. Monkey. How about the other member? Turn on your video first.
Wait a minute, I will open the camera first.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Boss. Good morning, everyone. Today, our group will present about the evaluation proposal. So, we will show how mathematics can be used to evaluate whether an equation is true fair. This topic is important because elections are not just about the voting, but about how those votes are translated into the power. In democratic system, election are meant to reflect the will of the people. However, there is often a gap between what people vote for and what they actually get in the term of the reservation. For the example, imagine in a party get 20% of the vote. Ideally, they should get around 30% of the seat, but in reality, this doesn't always happen. This especially common in mixed election system like Thailand system in 2020 19. Thailand used a system that combined between the constituency-based seat and between the party list seat. This combination is designed to balance fairness and stability, but it can also introduce complexity and bias. For the research question, our main research is like to what extent where the parliamentary seat proportional the vote received. In a simple term, is the system is fair or not, or and are some party advantage or disadvantage. For the data set, to answer this, we collected data from the official election report. Our data is include total vote for each party, total seat won, and we also separate about constituency seat and the party seat. This distinction is important because different systems affect outcome differently. We ensure the data is reliable by using the official government source. And next is the method.
And the method I use is Gallagher index and regression analysis, and another one is voting power analysis. Next slide. And this one is search. This one is proportionality measurement. It's Gallagher index, and I will use vote percent and fifth percent. And another one is diff power two. Next slide, please. Yes, and this is Gallagher index. LSQ. I got LSQ is 3.94. It means relatively proportional, but still show bias in in this election. And next slide. And I use Python to calculate the graph. And in this Gallagher index paragraph, Gallagher index is measure used to evaluate how proportional and electoral system is by comparing the percentage of vote each party receives with the percentage of seats it obtained in the legislature It calculates the overall deviation between vote and seats, where a lower value indicates a more proportional and fair system, and a higher value suggests greater distortion in representation. This index is important because it reveals whether voter preference and accurately reflect in the composition of parliament. For example, if a party receives a high percentage of votes but significantly fewer seats, the system can be considered disproportional. Of vote but significantly fewer seats, the system can be considered. The again. Therefore, the Gallagher Index provides insight into fairness of the electoral process and help assess whether the system treats all parties equally in translating vote into political representation. You can see the graph. You can you can see the graph Phum Chai Thai and Democrat is near the line and Pheu Thai is higher, the most higher in this graph, and the lower is Phum Chai Thai and Democrat. Next slide. And voting power analysis band chart index. I use Python to calculate this too. The band chart index measures the distribution of political power among parties by analyzing their ability to influence correlation formation, unlike seat share, which only show how many representatives a party has. The band chart index focus on how often a party is critical in forming a winning correlation. A party is considered critical if removing it from coalition cause the coalition to lose its majority. In this case, the results show that Pheu Thai has the highest power at approximately 41.7%, followed by Palang Pracharat at 25%, while the remaining party has significantly lower share. This indicates that Pheu Thai play a dominant role in coalition building and has greater bargaining power in forming a government. Thus, the band chart index highlight that political influence depends not just on the number of seats, but on party strategy. But on a party strategic importance in achieving a majority. And next one is defining.
Can I say on this slide? Finish. Are you done?
Okay, it's my turn. For the key finding is not perfect proportional. Some parties are overrepresented. For example, the Pheu Thai, you can see the 22.3 vote is gained to 27.2 seat. So that means Pheu Thai gain more seat than expect, and Future Forward gain fewer. For the next is the last party benefit different. I want to say like not all last party benefit equally. For the constituency system helps some party more and mixed system create uneven advantage. This means some party win many seats but author lose despite high vote share. For the small party still get the representation. Small party can enter the parliament through the party list. This increase the political diversity. However, it can make the coalition government more complex and it can reduce the stability. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's
Okay.
okay. For the political implication, so what does this mean? Thailand system is a moderate, fair, but not perfect representation. This affect government formation and policy decision and public trust. For the mathematic analysis, help policymaker detect the bias and improve electoral system. And next. Oh, okay. For the in the conclusion, in 2019 election in Thailand is relative population, but still show structure bias. This highlight the importance of using mathematics to evaluate fairness in democracy system. That's all. Thank you for attention. Any question?
How many seats that they are allocated for the party list in 2019 election? Think gonna be 125.
Maybe 500 if I'm not wrong.
No,
Maybe
125.
500.
And they just
Yeah.
change 125 to 100 in the 2023 general election. Okay, that's okay. Okay, you also it's okay. I forgot to give you a brief. Okay, thank you. Monkey. Good. How about the other group? Peanut? Are you here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, probably they're not here. Okay, for Peanut group, you need to make an appointment with me. Okay, just email me, and then you need to bring your group member, and then present your proposal. Okay, if no other question, we will meet again on April 20 for the last class. Okay, see you. Good night.
สวัสดีครับ
See you. Thank you, Ajahn.
See you. Okay, I will turn off the meeting. Okay, end the meeting. Okay, see you.